What's up, man? Code Live. We are back again, and we only got a few more days before we make it our way up to the Rockingham Rumble at the Rock, presented by the African Americans Race Association, sponsored by the J2 Connect Company. And man, it's gonna be action going on up there. We got the Grudge Bike's gonna be up there. We got 460 with a big 10,000 if they get 32. We got Top Gas. We got a little bit of everything going there. I can't wait to get up there. My sportsman racers. My ET races, I can't wait to get up there and see what y'all got in store. Shake these points up a little bit. We had the last rain event, so we didn't get to quite see who the winner was in a few classes. But now we got a beautiful forecast for this coming event up in Rockingham. I can't wait to get up there. I'll be up there Wednesday night. Some of y'all want to come park on Thursday. Y'all make your way on up there. Like I said, the weather forecast is beautiful for this weekend. And like I said, the track's going to offer a little test and tune on Thursday. Man Cup will be doing our test and tune from 10 to 4 o'clock. 10 to 3, I think, is on Friday. So y'all check the schedule out. It's on our website. You'll be able to find the event schedule, how we're going to roll out everything for the event there. And like I said, man, we can't wait to get you up there. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors who've been standing behind us. They'll be up there this weekend. Some of them say they'll have plenty of parts for you. So make sure you come on down. Enjoyed myself this last weekend. Got a chance to run with the Elite 460 guys up at VMP, Virginia Motorsport Park. I'd like to say congratulations to Mike Tien over there on 190hookup.com. Put the Suzuki in the winner's circle. Runner-up, Spencer Allen. You did a very good job, man. You raced yourself out. You raced against some of the best races that were out there in 460 up there this weekend. Also, number one qualifier, Boo Brown, put up 460 with a 0. And bet Pinky he can come back and put it within 2,000. Came right back and run a 460 with a 2, man. Pinky, come on, man. What you say about Boo Brown up there, man?
Man, Boo would have got me on that bet. I tried again 1, 2, or 3. He run a 460 with a 1, a 2, or 3, and I'ma lose. I didn't think he could do it again, but man, he bagged it up a 460 with a 2. So he was
Hey,
really running good, man. Boo, I thought he was gonna be in the final, but we wasn't there. We had to leave. But yeah,
that's right.
I thought Boo was gonna win it that day because he was on, man, running good and got his bike back together. So yeah, I was happy for him. But we got a good little man on tonight, man. We got a young hitter on tonight. Rock
Yeah, man,
Sanders.
young hitter. You right. He rode your bike. He was on
Yeah,
Secretariat before
man.
too,
Went to the
man.
semifinal with the big hitters up there. Megan couldn't
So what
ride
we was
that
in Indiana?
weekend.
What we was in Indy
Huh?
then, weren't we? We was up in Indy, weren't we?
Yeah, Indy, good track, John Force track. Yeah, man, he was riding that day, man. I'm telling you, he was on, man. It was some real hitters up there that day too, man. But
Yes, sir. Yes,
he's a strong little rider. He's a strong
that's right.
rider.
That's right. Well, look
But
here,
let's
man.
get
We're
to
gonna go
him.
pay.
Let's get him on. He ready to come on, man.
We're gonna
Get
pay a
that
couple
young man
bills,
on.
and then we're gonna bring the man right on back up here. All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Man, they done went and put the bike with a 60 with the one. The boss man is turning the wrenches today. Got the jockey all the way from Columbus, Mississippi, old Rock Sanders down here, man. I seen him. I see he done flew the jockey in, and look here, man. Talk to him, Rock, man. You put out there and put that thing on a 60 with a 1. I seen you hanging off the bike out there, boss. What's going on with it, man?
Oh man, it's boss. He do a good job getting the bike ready. All I have to do is hook up to the laptop, do what I gotta do, and the bike reacts to whatever I put in it.
Man, that's awesome, man. So what I mean, like I know you and me both, man. We kind of like we got damn rental jockey sometime, man. So man, how does it feel to ride? I mean, I rode for the boss man a couple of races myself, and I know he does a good job of getting the bike turned around, man. But shit, you what? Hey, Rock, you remember that video right there, don't you, boy?
Yeah, man, I remember that. I remember that.
Hey, man, look here, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro. For let everybody know who we got on here, man.
My name is Rock Sanders. I'm from Columbus, Mississippi. My mom and dad's Roderick Sanders, Sarah Sanders. My granddad is the great Doug Frierson. Uh, just glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
That's right. That's right. So look here, man. You, how old are you, Rock? How old are you right now?
I'm 24.
Okay, so how long have you been racing, man? Because you one of the first pioneers of the junior drag bikes, as far as I understood. I didn't get a chance to see you back those days right there, but my understanding you was one of the first young kids that actually even rode a junior drag bike back in those
Yeah,
days.
yeah, man. Yeah, I've been racing for 16 years.
8. So you started on a motorcycle drag racing at 8 years old.
Yes, sir.
What keeps you coming back, bro?
Oh man, it's just it's an escape, man. It's you when you get to the racetrack, it's a whole different environment. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
family, everybody's happy. It ain't it's no ain't nobody arguing. No, it's just a good, friendly family environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And you've been doing it, what you say, since you was 8 years old. You constantly pursuing other class scene. You race anywhere from grudge racing, top gas racing, 460 racing. Of all these classes that you had, which one has really brought the best out of you as a rider, you think?
Uh, when I ran pro mod last year in at the World Finals, well, the year
Okay.
before last.
Pro modified.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that's
It was.
are you trying to pursue the pro modified opportunity yourself, or is it something that you think you might want to do in the future, or is it just something that you did and just got a thrill on that or something? I mean, what's the deal with the pro mod? Because we've been trying to see what it takes to get these pro mods back turned up. It's just the class stood a little bit of a hit, I guess you could say, in terms of the participation amount of people that actually come out and race the pro mod class. I mean, I love pro mod myself. It ain't nothing like going out the back door at 170 some miles an hour. But then, the classes now aren't as big. The fields aren't as large as they used to be, but, now you have the invent of the 460 class where you get a larger field. But what was it about that pro mod that really just made you just say that as your answer? I mean, that's a good way to say. What made you say that as your answer? Because you done rode some bad
Uh,
bikes, man.
yeah, man. It was it was actually my first time in the team. First time ever in the
Mm-hmm.
team, man. And I was looking forward to be like that, but then again, I wasn't. It was, man. It was
Uh-huh.
just a thrill to get to the 330 and then not stop pulling.
Right. That is something else now. One pro mod offers that backdoor racing. Then you got the 460 racing that gives you that accuracy. It's like a hit with accuracy and big, very competitive field at that point. Then you got the grudge racing. So what's the difference that you take from all those? Who that's your TV over there? Y'all looking at some soap operas over there, man. But so what are those three? Can you give me a difference, like a little small, description of each one, so the fans will understand what you're talking about right there.
So so in top, I'm gonna start with Top Gas. In Top Gas, it's man, it's a whole lot different because it's more from going from 460 to Top Gas. You can see the track differently. So when you ride a Top Gas bike, it's everything is so slow. Everything is you can actually see everything. Now when you bump up to 460, it's a little bit more of a rush. You mean you going from 120 60 to one teens 10 60. So I mean it's a little bit it's a little bit faster step up than Top Gas. But coming from Top Gas, I mean from 460 to Pro Mod, yeah, it was kind of the same, but like I said, when you it's different when you get to the 330 and you still, I mean it's no stopping. I mean it's steady pulling you down the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
And the grudge racing side, I mean, I've never had a more exciting ride than a grudge bike. I mean, you never know what to look for. You never know if it's going to wheelie when you let off the two step button. If it's going to wheelie at the 330, or you never know if it's going to spin, if it's not going to shift. I mean, it's always a surprise.
Hmm.
It's never the same thing in grudge racing on the grudge bike.
Right, right. I see you got the RS Rock Solid on your logo over there. Tell me a little bit about that right there. I mean, that's your business there that you got over there in Mississippi, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we first started with my dad's business, Sanders Roofing and Carpentry. I worked for him since I was about 10, 11. And just recently last year, I no, recently in yeah, last year is when I went off on my own and I started, I got my LLC and I started doing construction work on for myself. We
Hmm.
do a little bit of everything, man. We do remodeling, we do plumbing, anything and everything.
And yeah, so you're a jack of a whole bunch of trades over there, and that's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
good. To be a young man entrepreneur, it takes that type of drive. And I try to tell people that, for me, racing, is a part of my lifestyle. But if it wasn't for racing, I probably wouldn't be as ambitious because it drives you. It drives you to need the revenue. You need the revenue to have a good race outfit. You need the revenue to keep your bike up, to travel, and so forth. So I think that once you get the hang of getting the things you need for your bike, and then you finally can keep it together and not having to fix it so much, you start having some disposable cash, and you get a chance, the opportunity to build a business because you need a business pretty much, or some type of good employment. When you race at the higher levels of the racing fields, or unless you're building the bikes yourself. I mean, but I think that that's a wonderful thing that you're doing. Divulging into entrepreneurship. I mean, that's the way to go. And a lot of people, it takes a special person to do that. And you being a motorcycle racer, I mean, you understand, what it takes to be a champion racer, winner, and so forth. So, with that being said, what's some of your prize moments in drag racing that you can remember yourself? I mean, something that just really stands out to you.
Oh, prize moment in drag racing. Oh yeah, the last year Man Cut ran in Memphis. The last year Man Cut ran in Memphis. We had a bunch of problems with my short chassis 460 bike. That was before I got my Timberland chassis.
Mhm.
We ended up being number one qualifier. After we got all the bugs worked out. And I mean, man, we went round for round fighting those guys with the auto shield, fighting those guys with, I think Ronnie was the only guy with a max back then. Um, it was a lot of we were the only push button start short chassis 460 bike at most of the races, and to come out on top, it was it was pretty ecstatic.
Yeah, that was a good one right there. It's that Memphis race. I wish we could go back to Memphis. That was a pretty fun racetrack right there, man. I really enjoyed Memphis. What you think about old Memphis, Big Boss? You been up there in a while?
Yeah, Memphis Motor Speedway on Fight Road. That was it.
Yeah,
We used
yeah.
to go up there, man. That was Shine backyard.
Uh
Keith
huh.
Dennis. Yeah,
That's
that was
right.
Keith Dennis territory.
I
Yeah,
remember you had Rock Ryan Secretariat up there in Indy. That was that video y'all had right there.
yeah, man. It was some hard. Hey, man, it was some hitters up there that day too, man. I'm talking about he was riding and the bike was running good, man. I swear the bike was running. Hey, man, he was number one qualifier. 460 would have won and held it all the way to the last pass. It was about two bikes in front of it, and dude won a 460 with a zero. Man, how that happened? And then I remember the man asked Rock what he wanted to do. And I told Rock, shit, we might well push it on back, cause he done took number one now. But the man said if Rock can go 460 with a zero, he could take it back because he been going more mile per hour. I said, what? So I said, what you want to do, man? So you know he wanted to go anyway. Man, don't you know he won a 460 with a 5. And the man
Oh man,
just shook his head. Hey man, the bike won a 460 with a 9, a 460 with a 1, a 460 with a 5. The bike was running. Him and Jeff Jones race was so nice. Jeff Jones won a 460 with a 3. He won a 461 with a 0. And it was tight. It was real tight, man. I'm talking about the bike, man. The bike, I don't know. You know the bike. You the one that helped me put the tune up on it.
man, that's you and Rock. Y'all was doing y'all thing, but I had some good video. I didn't realize I still had that video right there. I
I
went in
see
and
when
looked.
I see it then, it looked good.
Yeah, man, that was some original OG Hollywood.com. Hollywood
Yeah,
track.
that was a good video, man. That
We
was
got to
up in
thank
Indy,
my man.
man.
Man, Vernon is the man, man. Vernon puts it all together and he makes us shine, man. You know, we get the video to Vernon. He gets us on this three-way, gets us on this type of video, and give us an opportunity to allow the fans to get to know the racers. You know, that's the most important thing right now, to get to know the face that go with the name. A lot of people know Rock Sanders, but they really ain't heard Rock Sanders' voice, ain't seen him maybe without his helmet or something like that. So now they get a chance to see you. When the next time the fans gonna get a chance to see you, Mr.
Hey,
Sanders?
Um, I will be at the next Man Cup in Steele, Alabama.
Okay, okay. What you got going on, big boss? What you was about to say there, boss?
hey, man, look here, man. Don't you know that when we was in Indy and that man with that 460 with a 0,
Mm-hmm.
everybody know what was going on. Jeff Jones had just won a 460 with a 4. Somebody else just won a 460 with a 5. Everybody was shooting to try to get him out of the way. And dude got him out of the way with that 460 with a 0. But he was the last bike to go. The man said, what you want to do? I said, what you want to do, man? He wanted to go. So he went on down there by himself and went 460 with a 5. It was just impressive because he almost went to 460 with the 0. And he would have took the first place back. So it was some good action, man. That made
That's
us
right.
number 2. And that next day, we was all right to be number 2 because he
That's
was
right.
like being number 1.
In 460, man, you can get as long as you get in that field in 460, boy. It's a fair fight, boy. I tell you that. We're
Yeah,
gonna pay a
yeah.
Man.
right back, man. Well, Rock, I want you to give us a little brief story as to how, I know that you started off in the drag racing in as a youth, but tell everybody kind of like your steps and the people that help you get to where you are. I know your granddaddy. He was a big time drag racer, legend in our sport. Done a lot in our sport. But
Big
tell
deal.
everybody like what clicked when you decided that you wanted to be more involved, how you got involved, and where it all started. Man, tell your side of the story.
Well, it all started with well, my whole family rides. My mama used to ride. My both of my brothers used to ride. So, only person that didn't really ride was my sister. But my dad actually started it all, man. We have a little drag strip down here called Columbus. It was actually called Columbus Drag Strip.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was packed. We had a thing called Super Sunday. And
Mm-hmm.
it was, man, the line would go down the road for every bit of 10, 15 miles, man. It was, people would get out of their cars, parking on the side of the road and walking 10 miles to get inside the
Good.
racetrack. It was,
Miles.
yes, it was a sight to see. I never got to see it that way, but he was, they would, that's really where we come from. Then I started on a little tire, small tire drag bike, but I started without wheelie bars because I started without wheelie bars and a hand clutch. So how my dad would start me we would go out in front of the house and in the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and he would just say, just ease off the clutch, and just ease on down the road, and then turn around, come back, and after about I say about 2 or 3 months of doing that, he saw that I was able to, I was kind of every time I was getting better and better, so it'll start spinning on the street. So after a while, he bolted the wheelie bars back on it, and we went first time going to the track. Sure enough, I was there wasn't any class racing here, so everything was just basically grudge racing.
Right.
So I was out there running, Jigsaw 1000s, and I was actually the only drag bike at the track at that time.
Uh-huh.
Everybody had boosters and 1000s and ZX10s and stuff like that. So it got to the point to where I was beating everybody here, and people started banning us from the racetrack because they said we were too fast. And at that time, I was too young to run at professionally sanctioned tracks because I was only like 11, 12, around there, so I couldn't actually run at places like Huntsville and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that until I was 16. But I remember going to Huntsville when I was 15 years old, and nobody knew I was underage. I qualified all day. I qualified all day, and that's when my granddad was running on the mic at 7-Eleven. And so I go after I qualify, I go up there and hang out with him, and
Mm-hmm.
got up there talking to some of the people up there, just normal chit chat, and ended they was like, how old are you? And I was like, what, I'm 15. I didn't know, I had to be a certain age to race. I was like, oh, I'm 15 years old, this, that, and the third. And then, and they ended up telling me that I couldn't race that weekend. They ended up disqualifying me and all that. That was a hard day for me because it was different. It was my first time actually running in front of a big crowd. It was my first time in actual competition.
Mm-hmm.
You had guys like John Markham, Joe Deck, the heavy hitters. So it was an experience for me. But after I got that little after we got the little tire bike, I went from there to my short chassis, push button start 460 bike. And the way I started on it was, Doug had already got the bike built, and it was already running. It was already running 460 before there was even the 460 class.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was all, he came down here and ran it at our local track called Starkville. And right off the trailer, he won a 463. He actually he held the track record for I think like 2 years. We were with a 463 here.
Mm-hmm.
And for Father's Day, he came down on Father's Day, and before he left, we pulled it onto the track, and that's when he made a big announcement that that he was passing the bike off to me, and he handed me the keys to the bike, and that's when I actually made my first pass on it. And his record didn't stand too long after that because after I got on it, I went straight down through there and went like a 458.
On the
So
short bike.
on
Is
the
that is
short
that the
bike.
same you end up running in Top Gas later on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you
Yes,
ended in
sir.
Top Gas race. You always raced it as a 460 bike. Wow, that's
Yes, sir.
impressive. Now
Yep,
you
yep.
know I
And
came down to one of those little tracks down there. I can't remember which one I came to. You remember that? It's
I don't.
Starkville where it got this little grass or something in the middle. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. That's got to be
Grass.
it. That's got to be it.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
came. I brought my blue and gray bike, the one that the other bike I used to run 4.6. I actually ran it down there before.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was a pro mod bike back then.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My buddy and them have a club down in West Point. It's close to West Point, Mississippi.
That's
Is
it.
that the track?
That's it.
Starkville?
Yeah, yes, sir. It's on the West Point and Starkville city line.
My buddy Ben Harris had the Crossroads, the club called the
Oh,
Crossroads
yeah,
down there.
yeah. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, you know I've
That's it.
been there. They talking about I don't go to no bush track. That's as bush track you can get right
Oh
there, baby.
man, that's that's
That
that's
bush
that's that's
real.
the bushes you can
That's
get there,
bush
buddy.
track. tell them the grass grow between the track, ain't it, man? Don't
That's
separate
it.
the
That's
grass
it.
like that, man.
It ain't. There's no parking area. There's none of it. You park in the grass, park in the mud, all that.
Yeah, right. Well, look, we're gonna go pay one more set of bills, man. We're gonna come back and wrap this thing up real quick, man.
Okay.
All right, Rock and Pinky Pink, man. Look here, man. It's been a pleasure, man, having you on here, man. Getting to tell your story. And like I said, man, it's all about people getting to know who you are, getting to know a little bit more about you. Hopefully, fans will come out here. Y'all come stop by his trailer, get some autographs. You know, he probably has some merchandise he can sell you at some point, get some T-shirts or something. But look here, man, we really appreciate you taking the time to come on our live. You know, you're a heck of a racer, good young man, stand-up guy, you know, and it means a lot for young men like you to see people just like you know, to see if they can come out here and enjoy a sport. You've been doing this thing since you was 8 years old. You know what I mean? You're 16 years in the game, 16 years racing at
Yes,
24
sir.
years old, entrepreneur, got his own business, got his own truck, trail, everything. Come to the track, man. Look at him right there, beast. You know, guy could ride the wheels off a motorcycle, man. I took them pictures. I got them pictures right there from wow. You know I had all that stuff for you, but we really appreciate you having it, man. I know you ain't gonna be able to make it to this event because you got some personal graduation stuff to do with your family and everything. But I know if you could be there, you would. And like once again, man, I appreciate your time. And you know, tell your dad, your family, and everybody we say hello. Big boss, you gonna bring secretariat out one more time, man? Just in case a bag go
Yeah,
plan.
man. He already know he in time to get ready. You know, he got a tune up on. He got his name on the tune up. He know anytime he get ready, you know I
That's
can
right.
bring it out. He know that.
That's
That's
right.
right.
He
That's
That's
know
right.
right.
that, man. He the one tuning for me. You know, come on now, man. Come on, me and Rock good, man.
That's right. That's right. Well, look here, man. Man Cub Live. We appreciate y'all tuning in again. Have a man, Big Rock, Roderick Sanders, Ira, Big Pinky, Bows out of Nashville, man. We'll love y'all. We got 2 more days. Tomorrow, we'll be in Rockingham, Big Boss.
That's right.
We'll be up there setting the videos and cameras up for y'all. So all y'all come on out, man. We're gonna have a video running the whole weekend. Hopefully, as they say, the weather's supposed to be beautiful this weekend. We couldn't ask for no better weather
That's right. That's right.
per the forecast. So we're looking forward to seeing y'all out there. And y'all bring it on. Man Cub Live. Another one down. Peace. We love y'all.